Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. We're here today with Tuesday 10, so happy Tuesday. For those of you who are new, you can check my description box for more details on Tuesday 10. The Coles notes here are that I take 10 papers from my never-ending paper basket and we use them up. We keep going until they're all gone. These may be all different things, book pages, digitals that didn't get used, etc. So today I have, this is from Shabby Doodah. It's a digital page of her little birds and little bird houses, and they are so cute, and I want to make something with them today because they're adorable. Then I have this book page that came out of some kind of a history book, and it's just got some interesting like playing cards and these glasses on it. This is another book page. It's like a couple book pages. So this one has this rather violent scene, women who dealt themselves into wealth and legend. So I kept it, I think, for her. Poker-faced Poker Alice, dressed fashionably and extravagantly in her heyday. Once she spent $6,000 during a New York shopping spree. In later, leaner years, she wore many army surplus clothes. Belle Siddons, dressed for an evening at the casino, weeps over the body of her highwayman lover. In the background of this romanticized contemporary drawing, vigilantes string up his partner. Oh, wow. Tough times. This was during like Gold Rush, I think. I remember this book. Then this is another book page with just this poor, this is like a rooster that's being used and fighting. You know, I'm actually going to get rid of that page. I didn't see the ankles kind of tied together. I don't like that. It's too yucky. Moving on. This is a children's book page, and I love this. I don't remember if this is from the Snow Queen, but it's this princess and this little frog who actually looks quite like a toad. And then this page, I don't think I'll use this three little pigs kind of page. I just don't need it. So I will use this. This is a digital, I can't recall from who, of like Art Nouveau images. This is from an old catalog of little girls' dresses and things from 1889. Outdoor toilette sundresses. This is a little jelly print on some music paper. And a book page from an encyclopedia. And this is a digital from Eclectic Eggplant of some different labels. So, where to begin? Thinking. I love this woman. Poker-faced Alice. I'm gonna use these two together. And then we'll move this out of the way here. I had something yesterday in my my recycle bin. Here it is. Would this fit? Yes, it would. Okay, so see this? This is folding. This is from a box of, you've probably seen me if you've been around using these Grease Monkey boxes. They're from Gloves, and they they have a gorilla on the box, and I often use them because the front has like a cutout, and I like using them to make cabinet cards. But this is another piece that comes off the box, and it's just this folding piece. So I have a plan here. This. Okay, so let's cut this out. Okay. So you hear footsteps. That would be my husband upstairs walking all around. I don't know what he's doing. He's going on a little walker's 10K up there. Not exactly sure what he's up to, but I think it involves laundry, so let's not disturb him. So it's funny, we have these sort of certain days where we do different kinds of chores around the house, and laundry day is usually Sundays and or Tuesdays in my house. Okay. Now I can hear Toasty barking at the squirrel outside. Right. Okay, so now we have this. Let's give it a good press, and then we'll fold it back on its natural fold here. So that'll be a good like wrap around a page, but the other part of this I want to use is this. Sort of thinking about making another so if you saw the journal that I made relatively recently, the Black Widow Law Secretary Woman, I'm thinking of making like another one of those kind of lawless women type journals, and this would be a good add-in for that, I think. This kind of thing. Whoops. I might have to go check out one of my favorite bookstores to see if I can get some good fodder for such a journal from their book collection. Okay, so this, I need my, not that one. This is the 1/4 inch, yeah. Just want that little tiny nip around the edges. Then I'm going to do the same on this, just because it has cardboard. I don't want it to be like, well, that was a sharp corner. Okay, and then this is the least interesting side. So what I'm going to do with this is I want it to just sort of sit on there like that. So we'll take a pencil and that's going to show me where to apply the glue and not go over the edges. This piece of hemp, I keep keeping it in my little bin over here, but it keeps getting out of there. Woof, what did I just do? Yeah, I pulled the whole top off with the pin attached, that's why. There we go. Yeah, that hemp keeps following me around for some reason. Let's just kind of spread this glue around. There we go. Don't want to get a big blob of glue. Okay. On this side, we said we wanted that here. We'll just go over the pencil edge as well so that we don't have the pencil edge showing. Okay, good. That's a fun piece. So imagine, you know, you have a journal and you use this as a wraparound on the edge like this. You put a paper clip on here. I just have one here, like a rusty paper clip right there, and then it will create for you a tuck spot here, also journaling space on the inside, and then a tuck spot here, and you have this interesting woman here with her story. So yeah, I like that. Okay, done and done. Now we shall move on. What's next? Oops, sorry if I shook you there for a sec. Okay, we have fussy cutting to do, that's clear, so I'll set that over here. I don't need to be fussy cut. These, and these. Okay, so this, I think I know what I already I want to work with those two together. But I think we can get this one done and out of the way real quick, because what I want to do with it is actually make use of the really cool, interesting shape that it already has to make it a piece of ephemera. So I don't know like what this leg over here is doing, but it's gonna go. We don't need it. And then let's just take a look here and see if there's any good words that we can keep. Nope. Oh, my recycle bin is so overfull. My goodness. Okay. I need to start using up some stuff here in this bin. So let's cut this bag out. Just cut these off. Don't want those. And we'll find the seam for the bag over here. Get rid of all this extra paper that we don't need because it will just bulk things up. Although I do appreciate a well-made paper bag because, you know, in these days where plastic bags are gone, hallelujah, but paper bags are just like so low quality that I'm like so confused by that. I guess it's down to the cost, but yeah, it's certainly no fun to get a really crummy plastic bag, or paper bag rather, and I find some stores, it's almost like, you know what, just put my groceries, if I ever forget sometimes I'm guilty, I forget my reusable bags, and it's like you put your stuff in these paper bags and they say, hold it from the bottom. And I'm like, yeah, because you've literally put this inside of like a wet noodle. Like, how am I supposed to carry this thing? What is wrong with these bag companies? There's so much recycled paper in the world they could be making good quality bags from, but no. Okay. Whoops, over here. This, yes, now I want the top of that to be on the paper. The bottom I'm not so bothered because I was thinking I probably will trim it down anyways, just a little bit. Press those lines. And then we can come up here. I'm just going to trim out. I'm not going to take that little part that looks like a, you know, a finial that comes out from the circle, because it's just going to become something that can easily get bent, and I don't want to deal with that. But having those little rounds there are really fun. And we can trim off the bottom a little bit. We don't need all of that. And look how cute that is. And you could literally, if you wanted to, you could hinge it at the back and have it be, you know, a tip out or a tip up, down, whatever you like. Or it can even be a page in a journal if you wanted to. You could even fold this one in, right, and not have it there at all. So it has options. So I'll just keep it as is, and that will give me options for that one. Okay, so next thing I'm going to get into, I think, is this. This and this, I think I want to try to use together, maybe. Maybe I'll wait. I'll get into this first. Hold on. This over here. And I want to use that with this, and then this piece. Nothing else over here that I particularly need. No, that's all good. We'll set that aside because I think I want to use it for something else. But this, cut these down to just A little less information on them, but still a little bit. Okay. I'll just rip this apart. I did something weird with this piece of paper, this folder, and I just really want to use it up. So let's just get it. And we're going to cut this off. Now, these are going to be 2 pockets. Pay no attention to this messy paint. I was using up some paint and I thought I would have a better use for it, but I don't really know that I do. Although, now that I'm looking at it, I'm sort of thinking, this has some good texture. So let's tear that off and throw it in scrap. And then, can we fit... Yeah, we can. We can fit this on here. This will be kind of cool. And I may actually just stitch that like that for pocket number 1. And this like that for pocket number 2. I'm just going to trim the boring edge off this one. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, so yeah, that's going to go get stitched. I'll be right back. So now we can cut these out that they're stitched on. Leave a little border of this painty paper. Where are my bigger scissors? Here they are. Okay. Next one. Okay, and 2. Get all these strings and bits out of here. I think I'll keep like these little scraps because, you know, I definitely need more scraps. Speaking of which, I'm starting a new series sort of similar to Tuesday 10, but it's going to be called Handful of Scraps, and it's going to be for my Patreon. So stay tuned for that, Patreon friends. I will be launching it very, very soon because we're drowning in scraps right now. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so now this page, I think I know what I would like to do with some of it here. So I'm going to first just trim this in half, rip it in half rather. And this, I just want just this circle bit here. That can go into, I think, probably scrap. Like I said, scraps are next on the agenda. What do I want to do? Got this. Oh, here. This thing right here. So don't freak out that you see me gluing on top of this. This is a misprint scrap, so I know it's like, oh, but that's a pretty thing. Not to worry, it's actually something I'm printing and putting into one of my latest journals, but I accidentally printed it too close to the margins. I forgot to resize or move the margin, basically. So now it's going to become backing paper because nothing goes to waste. So what I would like to do with this is actually quite simple. is I want to have it be a flip out, because I'm actually going to use it in my current journal. It goes with the aesthetic quite well. So let's tip that this way. Good. So then that'll be like a little foldy outy. Could also use it as a pocket. It would be quite sweet. Put that over here. Now these, and I was thinking that'd be a nice background maybe for that, but I don't know. I think I would rather with these use them in a way that I can use them as individual like paper dolls to create like a tuck out or something. And then this piece, it's actually not going to go to waste either. Because I could use this in one of my current journals. Okay. And images like this, FYI, are really great if you want to watercolor them. They're great. I'm looking at this half piece and thinking, you know what we could do is use that. Then this is another misprint, because I was clearly a genius when I was printing this morning. I don't know what I was doing here. But what I'd rather do with these is actually not put them on that, but on a folder, a manila color folder. So I'm just going to cut them out. Sorry for the thumping upstairs. My son's running around. I think they're playing some kind of a ball game upstairs. One of the millions of games that hang around in my dining room or kitchen for most of the day. I swear our house has become like a children's Thunderdome instead of like a house, but I think most people go through that with small kids. Like, you just kind of deal with the fact that like your dining room is now a gym and your kitchen is sort of a laboratory and your living room is like a playroom slash chamber of tears. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, I have this beautiful vintage cabinet that I bought, and I painted it this lovely shade of teal to hold all of my vintage Pyrex, because I have quite a Pyrex collection. So currently it is still, it needs to be re-updated again, but I'm kind of like, because we're not planning to stay in this house forever. So I'm like, it is a big undertaking to go into my storage nook, unpack all of my well-packed, bubble-wrapped Pyrex, and put it back in the cabinet, because I used that cabinet for years for all of my homeschool teaching materials, but now that my kids are both in school programs, I'm not using it as much for that. I am still, because like, you know, my whole plan about putting the kids in school wasn't 100% to like have the education system do all of their education. Sorry, tea break. You know, I'm still doing a lot of things like nature schooling and sociological kind of things. Certainly art, craft, music, the things that the education system experiences a lot of cutbacks because of the government, those kind of things. But, you know, they need to be supplemented, in my opinion. So it does still hang on to a lot of those materials. And I do still even buy amazing books and things for the kids, like for homeschooling when I find them. Like if I found this really cool thrifting the other day, like, you know, like a seasonal nature crafting kind of book. And I mean, I already have a lot of this kind of thing, but those books always kind of steal me away and I have to get one more. And yeah, I probably could just teach my own curriculum to like a whole nature school at this point. I have so much of that stuff. But I think it's a nice thing. So yeah, there's still lots of homeschool materials, because we turned my dining room into like a homeschool room essentially, because we have a great big wooden dining room table. It was kind of one of the treasures we invested in when we first moved into this house, and that's what we've been doing with it, using it kind of as a space to do homeschool stuff, and also to eat when we have guests. But we have a little vintage, one of those cute little melamine type tables. It's teal and sparkly, and it's in our kitchen. It's just a little table for the 4 of us. It's good for most days. I also find having a lot of rooms that used to be like integral to the family home, like a formal dining room or a formal sitting room, or like those front rooms that everybody's parents or grandparents have, like I just don't really find they serve too much purpose. I don't want rooms that don't get used. Okay, so glue those 2 down. And then what these will do is it gives me the option, right? They can be a pocket, tuck spot. They can get added onto a tuck spot or a pocket. Like, it's nice to have these little firmed up backgrounds. And I think these are not backgrounds, but focal points. And I think these will probably go into the journal I'm currently working on, because it's got kind of a gray and pink color scheme with a vintage undertone, and it's telling the story of like a little girl, sort of. It's a classical kind of journal that is also a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a commonplace book, not a specific theme, but just a lot of things that just go very nicely together. So we'll get those cut out. So if you ever have things like this and you're like, I don't really want to, put them on a tag or collage with them, like you want them to sing by themselves, just put them on a firm background and they can. Okay, let's get rid of that because it's not a part of this problem. So those are done. Now I need to firm up and back this, which we can do on here. This will be just a cute little tuck-in journal card. But I think in a little while, once I get this video done, I'm going to take my daughter out to a little cafe, and we'll sit and do her math and her reading homework, and I will probably work on my stitching. I have a couple stitching projects I'm working on. I should try to do a video on, like, my wrap-up kind of Sunday share type videos. I just haven't had a lot of time, I'll be honest. I've been puttering with so many different things right now that it's just been busy. I mean, I'm still doing content, so I guess it doesn't really matter what that content is, as long as you enjoy watching it. Okay. So that in itself is just a cute little pocket or journal card. I'm good with that. Now we need to do some fussy cutting, these and these. This, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it right now. I have a feeling I don't know, I may use it, we'll see. But I'm going to fussy cut these out and come right back. Okay, my friends, I am back, having fussy cut everything. So now I'm going to grab this folder, because I do love a folder. So what I want to do, I think, is just take half of it Hopefully that's enough space for what I'm looking to do here. Okay. So then I need like a guide of some kind. Hold on. This is an envelope. Let me think. I just need to make like a small template for like something about this size, I think. Okay. I need my glue. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to try. Put one of these labels up here. Then toothpick. It's skinnier. Needs to be skinnier. This will work. Yeah. Okay. I can go down there. Fit over here. A little too wide. Let's go with this one. Okay, so now I can take out my template. And I just need my scoreboard. And apparently also my Kleenex box, which has decided to come tumbling down. Okay. Then score right across here. What am I doing? It's hard to see. There we go. Come down a little. Not that. Then this one. Yeah. Okay, so the major thing I wanted to accomplish was 4 creases here. So then I will come around this piece and just cut like a little edge. Oops, I think I goobered this a little. Hold on. Can I still get it to work though? Maybe. Make these independent of one another on both sides here. And do the same over here. We're just cutting up to the crease line because we don't want these to be like one piece, so that they can fold independent of one another. Okay. This can come over. Oh, but wait, no, I don't think it's gonna work. Let me see. Actually, yeah, if I put this one and this one in first, yes. Then this one over and this one over. Okay, so the whole idea here, right, is now we have this. So this will tuck in, right, like a cute little, you know, thing. You won't even know what it is. It could also be a pocket if you glued it down. But you'd have to be a little bit mindful where you put it. Put it in the middle of a page. Because when you open it, you have this and this and this and this. And they're all decorated, but this one's upside down. I don't want that. Let's fix that. Maybe my glue will not be so sticky. My glue is very sticky. Let's see. Oh, I did it. Okay, I can fix this. So yeah, this is kind of a fun idea. Just a thing that popped into my head with clearly no plan in place. You know, we just wing it here on Tuesday 10 and we see what happens. It's also a really great way to come up with ideas for things, right? You just experiment and play, because now we have this pretty dynamic, cool looking piece that, you know, you can pop into a pocket. I did it again. I just did it again. Did you see what I just did again? Oh my Lord. I need a nap. I won't even tell you guys what I did while I was taking a break fussy cutting, because it was exhausting. And that's probably why I'm being a goober now and not able to make this happen. We're going to make it happen. I am not a quitter. I am, if anything, a very stubborn non-quitter. Okay, it needs to go this way, this way, this way. Okay, we're going to do this, guys. We're going to get there. And there will be chocolate and maybe even coffee when we get there. All right, so now that it's upside right, okay, we're good. We just tested the limits of copy paper. Okay, so now we've got this. You tuck it into a pocket, or you use it as a pocket in the center of a page, because you know, when you do, you have to think, right? I open you up. This is going to flip out. So this is going to sit on your open, you know, journal, right? Like if you were to use it as a pocket, okay, you probably want it on a bigger page. Well, I mean, not necessarily. This would certainly work. Glue the L on the back, tuck something in here, but all these will, you know, explode out. So yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. And then what I would do with it to just kind of zhuzh it up a little, is ink the edges, all the edges, you know, inside on the creases. You might be here for a decade, but you know, you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done. And it's actually kind of fun to ink, because you're like, oh, what is next? What edge do I go to? And just with like these vintage ads, it kind of adds a little something with that folder. we go. Okay, so always these sides first, right? Then this. So that's kind of fun. It's like a flippy floppy pocket or journal card. Okay, then we have these two left, which I think I'll just make like little journal cards from on this old paper I've got hanging around here. And also, you know what else you could do with that thing? I'll show you. Hold on. So just glue these down. Kids are going cuckoo upstairs. I don't know. My daughter's doing her homework. My son is playing with his marbles and the dog from the sounds of the screaming. It's the dog just, I don't know. Beagles just add insane amounts of excitement to anything that toddlers are doing, and it becomes a little bit wild, especially if there's a snack involved. So you can use these like this to trap things inside. So you have a couple little extra journal cards you want to trap in there. You know, because it's quite thin. Like, it's not a heavy piece of ephemera at all. So you can kind of get away with a good amount of like flips and flops, right? So I think I'll leave that as that. Now we have all these little bits from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And what I want to do with those is make like just little clusters as they were intended to be. So very easy. These you can obviously cut out. You can also ink them, or you can, you know, do this. Just kind of go around. This is my dull one, and just kind of color them in if you want to, like so. The black makes it look like it's actually a hole. Some of them are colored black already, but that one wasn't, so that gets colored in. And then I'll just take a little bird and you can stick the bird anywhere you like. I'm going to stick mine right over the hole a little bit. And then I'm going to ink all these afterward, but I'm just going to set them up first here. Two. Okay. That one's actually done, I would say. We already have birds in those ones. And it's nice to just have these like little ready to go kind of pieces. It's almost just like a fussy cut, but a little bit better than a fussy cut because it's a little thing that you have made. So these extra fussy cut birds, I will put those in my my little fodder binder up there. So I think we are done. And is it true I have nothing to sew today? Let's lay this all out and we'll take a look at what we have. We'll count it and see everything we made here. Okay, so oof, my glue's going wild here. Okay, so we've got all these little ones, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll say those are 9 little clusters. 10 is this journal card. 11, 12, 13. This is 16. It's 3 pieces. 17. And our little tip out pocket is 18. 20 if we count these 2 pockets. 21 for this large journal card with the froggy. 22 for the side belly bandy tucky thing, right? So yeah, I think that was a good day. We got lots done, and I'm happy with this Tuesday 10. So thank you for hanging out with me. I had fun making these bits, and you know, I actually was looking at my Tuesday 10 basket today going, I'm actually seeing a difference in you. Yeah, you're getting smaller. And then I remembered I have a giant basket of things that I like when I first got started doing journals. For some reason I had this idea in my mind, like, let's break down a bunch of books and then we'll have all these pages that we can organize. And then I kind of did like some fussy cutting and put some things in like organized bags, but then I had a ton of stuff still just left over, and that's what Tuesday 10 is comprised of. Nowadays I tend to just keep things in the book, and like I get the book to kind of a half state, like I've used half of, say, like a bird book, then I'll decide to fussy cut it or something, or I'll throw those pages in Tuesday 10. But I definitely don't like mass try to like buy a bunch of books and like hack them to bits and then have all this paper to deal with anymore. I do things much differently now, but in some ways it's kind of good that I did that in my early days, because now we have all this fodder to play with all the time, right? So until next time, thank you for joining me here on Tuesday 10. You know, words of wisdom, tell me some if you want to talk about how you manage you know, your paper assets for journals. How do you go about it when you're wanting to make a journal? Do you collect assets in project baskets? Do you have something similar to what I have, which is just a whole bunch of things organized in a whole bunch of different ways? What is your studio like? What is your paper space like? I would love to have like you know, details on what you do, because I think we all do something different, and I think people would love to read what your studio situation, what your assets look like in your space. So that being said, thanks for hanging out with me. I will talk to you again very soon, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.